Hi guys, hope everybody's having a really great day today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about 5 signs that you are awakening. For a lot of people, it seems to happen either through a life event. It could be an accident or a near-death experience, or it could be upon meeting a twin flame or a soulmate that's meant to trigger your awakening. So, speaking from my experience, I had a near-death experience, and not long after that, I actually came into contact with who I now know to be my twin flame, but at that time I knew nothing of twin flames, so I'd never even heard of a twin flame at that point. And I wasn't a very spiritual person. I mean, I was always seeking something. I was seeking God, and I didn't know which way to turn, to be honest. But I wouldn't have considered myself spiritual in any way, shape or form until this knowing happened to me. And it was as if I just went to bed one night and then I woke up the next morning and I was just a different person. But it's been a gradual process of change. My other half, he also was definitely not a spiritual man, although he was pretty much the same. You know, he said he always wondered about the stars and the creator. He was pretty much the same as I am, basically. So the things that start to happen is you will definitely start to see the world with new eyes. You will start to question every single thing. You know, you can start to feel strange. You can start to feel a bit ungrounded. You can feel like you don't fit in anymore with anyone, and you don't really like the things you used to like. Things won't resonate the same, and you might struggle for a little while you start to find purpose again with a new set of eyes to the world. So you might find that your friends that you've had, they don't resonate with you. You might find that the things you do, they don't feel the same. The TV programs that you watch, you'll realise that they are actually TV programs for a reason. They're actually programming you. Now, I pretty much stopped watching all TV. Obviously my children do watch cartoons and things like that sometimes, but most of the time now, if I'm watching TV, I will actually just be watching things about, you know, spirituality or what else? Pretty much spirituality, all different talks. Eckhart Tolle, Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters, I always like to watch him. I always tend to watch Higher Self, the channel on YouTube, because that always gives me a lot of updates and a lot of good messages. So I'm always just pretty much wary of watching most things on TV, because I think it gives us a program of being a certain way, so we believe that it's occupying us the whole time, so that we believe that life's actually meant to be like that. But it's not meant to be all about struggle and gossiping and all the rest. And I know that, you know, whilst we're living in the 3D life, we do tend to go through those things. We do tend to actually live that way, me included. I was that way before, you know. But I think it's when you do wake up that you start to change, and I think that's where the struggle comes in, because you feel so different to other people. You don't feel the same as you did, and you don't know where you fit in anymore. So that's like one big sign that you are waking up. Number 2, I would say that I started to see a lot of synchronicities happening in my life. So I started to see number 1111 everywhere I went, and I never even knew that that was a thing until I said to my partner, you know, I keep seeing number 1111 and 222 and 333, and it was on number plates, it was on the TV, it was on the microwave. When I stopped it, it would just stop at 222 or 111. Then it was always on the clock, 1111 and stuff like that. So my partner said, I'm also seeing these numbers. And then just the synchronicities. I would think of somebody and then they would ring, or I would think of a song and the next thing you know it would just come on, or I would think of a word and then that word would be said in the next sentence that somebody else was going to speak. It was just so many different things like this happening. And then we had a reading off a psychic, Sherry Ann. She was really pretty much amazing, and she told us that we were twin flames, but before that we had already had an experience. So I won't go too much into that at the moment, but we pretty much knew that we were twin flames ourselves, but for her to say that just, you know, made us think, wow, this is crazy. And then we just kept getting messages after messages after messages from all different kinds of talks from all different people, you know. And then we had another psychic lady tell us that we were twin flames, and we'd been together many lifetimes, and that, you know, it's not really that easy being a twin flame. I mean, at first you go into this love bubble, so everything feels amazing and everything just seems to fit into place, and you think, yes, that's it, now I've found the one. But then you hit a certain point where that bubble of love is just, it just seems to burst. Although you still love each other the same and you know that they're the one, you start to trigger each other in a lot of ways, and this does have purpose also. This is for any negative emotion that's left between you from any past lives. It just triggers all of them things out of you so that you can be the best person that you can be, and that you can just be easy with each other, and that you can just truly know each other properly. And all the insecurities that you've gathered from other relationships and other people, your twin sort of purges all that out of you by not doing them things themselves, so they wouldn't go out and cheat on you, or they wouldn't, you know, necessarily steal from you or do anything bad, but they would trigger things in you so that you could then realize that then they're not just going to leave you, or they're not just the same as other people. But it takes a long time to trust again after all the different life experiences that we've been through, and that's all of us. Now, your twin flame, it could be that it's a man in a woman's body or vice versa, and that could be a big thing for people to overcome, you know. Like being homosexual, it could, people need to embrace who they are, and sometimes it's very hard for people. So I just think it's so empowering for people if they do feel like, you know, that's the way they are. They must embrace who they are, because that's the trial of life. It's to be who you are fully and completely without any worry of shame or judgment from others. It's about loving yourself completely and truly, and owning who you are, and also just being really kind and good and generous and honest. But most importantly, be honest about who you are to yourself and put yourself out there to the world. And so that's basically number 2, like the synchronicities and the numbers and all the rest of those types of things. You will notice that you seem to be getting a lot of guidance from the angels, and there's also the Mandela effect. So people having different memories of when Nelson Mandela died, or other things like brands being just check out the Mandela effect. I'm not going to go too much into that on this video. And so then you could be receiving like a lot of downloads, and by downloads I mean sometimes you can just sort of, after meditating, or even not when you meditate, and you can just receive great big pockets of information that you're not quite aware. It's like you don't know what you've just received, but you actually know you've just received something, and it might come clear to you like a week or 2 later when it needs to. And there are always just these inner knowings about things, like you know what someone's thinking. You start to be able to read people. you just start really wanting and striving to understand yourself. You start searching for knowledge. I started watching a lot of Cryon, and I just found this mind-blowing. Honestly, Cryon, oh my goodness, it was just so amazing. I couldn't believe that I was waking up and seeing the world in a totally different way, and there was other people out there with this same understanding and knowledge, but also just giving me so much more understanding of what I was starting to know. And then there's like Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters. He's absolutely amazing. So there's just so much information out there. And you really do just start striving for all this information. You might start being drawn to the stars and understanding planets, wanting to understand the planets and the alignments. Understanding your self-worth and how you come across to others is really important. I think if you're always nervous and you're coming across weak and you're not speaking your truth, it can really affect the chakras. You should really check out the chakra system and start to try and do some chakra cleansing meditations and things, and just practice mindfulness, just to be aware of your thoughts, the persistent thoughts, and really start to know yourself, know thyself, as Christ said. And I know that a lot of people think that like Christ is a made up God and this, that and the other, but you've got to ask yourself, you know, the message that's there, it really is for those who have the eyes to see. And the Gospel of Thomas really set a lot of that straight for me. Who do you think put us here? We didn't create ourselves, and although the message is that we're free and we should really be proud of ourselves and let go of the addictions and the darkness that hold us in these chains, we need to let go of that, and we need to embrace the fact that, you know, that's our Heavenly Father. And I really do believe that the holy books have been tampered with. I really do, and there's a lot missing, and there's so much misinformation, and the Romans had a lot to do with that. But I think if you have the eyes to see, and the Creator and the angels are guiding you, if Christ is guiding you, or whoever is guiding you in truth, you will come across that truth. And it doesn't have to be Christ, it can be whoever is guiding you in just pure love and truth. I don't think any religion is wrong. It's only wrong when people start killing each other in the name of the Creator, because that makes no sense at all. Do you really think that the Heavenly Father and Mother are going to put us on this earth to hate one another and hate each other for the colour of skin? There's one Creator that created us all, and I think it's quite sad when people are going around killing one another and believing that whatever's being put in the holy books, you know, when Christ said do not judge, I believe he meant do not judge. And you know, when he said that, you know, people are going to say they've done a lot of works in my name, but when I come back, basically I will say I don't know you. Because if you think about it, how can somebody preach love and non-judgment and to be humble? How can somebody be humble and pure and honest and good when they're doing so many things contrary to what is actually blatantly there to see with the eyes to see it? So I just, without me going off on one about that, I just believe that we all have our own truth, but the fundamental basis for it all is that, you know, once you start to be grateful for everything you've got, you will start to realize that, you know, our Creator and the angels are giving us so much beautiful guidance and messages, and really just encouraging us to know who we are. And this isn't happening by itself. Like, I didn't change myself, something is changing me, and it's so beautiful. And that is my personal relationship with God through Christ, and I just think that's the most amazing thing ever. you could start seeing auras and seeing little energy in the air, and also it's not all just amazing. I have had a few dark nights of the soul. You should try and check out, like, or I will do a video in great depth about the dark night of the soul and how it feels, but it can be quite daunting and it can be quite scary when you're walking through your own shadows and you're really starting to know yourself and let that pain go. And meditation will really help with that, and eating really well will help with that, and rest and forgiving yourself and forgiving others. It needs to be done. You've got to do the inner work to let go. It's got to be done. You will start to change everything, your hobbies, your life, your friends. You could start to feel like you're not fitting in at all. You could feel lost. But you just need to find the courage to be who you are, and research everything. I will be doing another video soon because I feel like I've just rambled on a little bit too much on this one. So please like and subscribe to my channel. God bless you all and have an amazing rest of the day. Peace.